friends.
Stop.
Why?
Christopher isn't buckled and he's doing a handstand.
Where do we pack up to go?
We're going to Boy Scouts right now because JP has a meeting, and then after that, we're heading to Louisiana.
Yay!
For the Bayou Bash.
That's right.
Hey, Leah, how do you say the event?
Bayou Bash?
She learned how to say it right.
She was not saying it right all week.
What she said, she kept saying Bayou Bash?
Yeah, she
Bayou
was saying
Bash,
Bayou Bash.
which is really an atrocity in our house, considering our last name is Primo, and I'm native to the area, and my husband's a half-breed, coon-ass. And
Yeah.
our
Man
children
there.
Our should be 3/4.
are so coon-ass that they can never deny their heritage, and yet my kid,
Mom, now we gotta restart.
why?
You just cussed.
No. Son, do you know what a coon ass is?
And my kid,
JP, do you know what a coon ass is?
Yeah.
see?
It is a
butt smells
regional
like?
term. A regional term for Cajun. It's also, when you look at a raccoon, you lift the tail up. That's...
Okay, my point is, friends, is that it's an atrocity that my kid doesn't even know the word bayou or probably
Baby
what the
bash.
bayou looks like. And
I know what a Bayou.
Sorry.
I know what
maybe
Covered up with my fingers.
maybe they'll get a little indoctrination this weekend. So
Maybe so.
we hope to see you there.
Morning. It's about 7:30. I am in LeMaire Parish, Louisiana, heading to Lake Charles to bring my wares, which are very little, to the Bayou Bash in Burton Coliseum. Hoping everything works out great, and if it doesn't, at least I'll get to see some people I love and hold dear in my heart. As you can see, I'm by myself. The family is still asleep. So I'm kind of on my own, heading out that way. So well, I just left the Burton Coliseum. I set up. We don't have near enough stuff we want to sell, but you know, it is what it is. We didn't intend to go there to really sell stuff. We really just want to go see our friends, you know, get to see them. We don't get to see them very often in real life, so the real life has to be real, not just selling stuff. So anyway, I'm heading back down to South Louisiana where the wife is. Go spend some time with the family making some more stuff to sell. So the delicious fruit from biblical times has fed people for centuries. This is just one tree in my wife's mother's, my lovely mother-in-law Norma's backyard. This is another tree, and it is humongous. Now these trees have been picked over, and I can already see more figs that need to be picked that weren't right before. I've got to come and pick some of these before the birds get them. And we're making fig preserves right now, and we hope you can come watch this video. Look at that beautiful fig. Comes right off the tree. Well, maybe not. Some of these are right. That one's right. See that? Ready to go. That's only the second tree, and there's figs everywhere. This is the third tree. It's actually the fourth tree that was planted. It's brand new. You can see it's just growing out. But I want you to see the scope of this last tree. I gotta back up just so you can see it. This is the biggest. Well, they're all really big. We haven't even picked over this tree because we just hadn't had the time. If we spent 2 full days here, we still wouldn't pick all the figs that are ready.
Alright, so if you followed along, you know that we've spent every morning and every night at my mama's fig grove. which she has 4 fig trees and 3 are giving tremendously, in preparation to make fig preserve to take with us to the Bayou Bash. So we were supposed to meet up with my uncle, who was going to show John how to cook fig preserves. You want to see what I'm doing? Look. And his sister actually had to go to the hospital, so he wasn't able to show us. But I'm going to tell you guys that I've watched it enough that I can figure it out if I have a good recipe. And I did. My aunt and cousin run a really awesome website. It's called realcajunrecipes.com, and we're going to link the website down in our show notes. But I just went on there and found a recipe, and I had everything I needed. I didn't have to go to the store and buy anything. So, in order to make her recipe, I needed 4 gallons of figs. So, we picked, in 4 pickings, we picked 5 gallons. And I needed 16 cups of sugar. And I needed thyme. That's all I needed. So, we put 2 gallons in each pot and divided the sugar equally. And now we're just stirring. So, for the next 3 hours, we're just going to stir. All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. So we are actually running only about 10 minutes behind our scheduled arrival time. We are on Highway 14, way in the swamps, South Louisiana, heading to Lake Charles, to the Burton Coliseum, to the Bayou Bash. We are co-hosting this event with Broussard Homestead, 4 Blessings Farm, Reap What You Sow, and
The
Butter Homestead. We're so excited to be in the area, to meet you, our viewers, our followers, some of our friends, and we got our vehicle loaded down, ready for you with some homemade goodies from our kids. Made some stuff, John made some stuff, I have some stuff. I'm also bringing some doTERRA oils, so if you want to talk about oils. And at 9:30 under the pavilion, somewhere in the building, I will be demonstrating how I use our wringer washer and a couple tips and tricks on that. So I hope to see you there today. John and I have logo wear. My sister graciously made us some stuff last night, so we are wearing yellow and purple, not exactly our traditional colors, but all my family has our logo somewhere on our shirts. So if you are not sure what we look like in person, you're looking for our logo wear. So tell us, will you be there today? So, if you don't know who we are, we're Life with a Table Full. We sold our 2,200 square foot suburban home and moved on to 9 acres off grid with our 5 small children. Our daughter was 3 at the time. In the urban, I had, just like you know, I had a washer dryer. I never even thought about the amount of clothes I had, the type of clothes I have, the soap I used, reusing my water, or the amount of energy it took to wash your laundry. When we moved on the homestead, we have no water and no septic. We're connected to the electrical grid because like you, we live in Central Texas, 8B, and it's hot, 106 degrees in the summer. I need AC, which is the reason why we have air conditioner. We tried it without electricity, and I almost had a heat stroke. So anyway, but we had to figure out a washing situation with our rain collection system. And this is what we came up with after we hand washed an entire wardrobe for 7 people. Hand washing with a washer plunger and a washboard took us from sunrise to sundown, and we still had several loads left. There's no way I, by myself, my husband works full time, could keep up with laundry in an awkward situation for 7 people. So this was our solution. This ringer washer can also be converted to have a bike pulley on it. So if the grid ever did fall, we were able to still use our ringer washer. The most surprising thing about using a ringer washer is the amount of water it took to do your laundry. One load, one ringer takes 10 gallons. And if I wash my laundry correctly, starting with my whites to my blue jeans, I can get 2 wash loads and 3 rinse loads out of 20 gallons. And it takes probably 5 loads of laundry for a family of 7. Now, that's pared down. All of our clothes can fit in. We live in a 200 square foot house, and all of our clothes fit on 2 bookcases and 1 rod. And so, anyway, so that's how many gallons it takes to do several loads. All right, let's talk about the amount of soap it takes, or what type of soap. Another reason why we wanted to use a ringer washer was because I could take the hose, I could drain it into a bucket, and I could reuse the water in my garden or my flower beds. And so the type of soap I use is really important. I can't use Tide and all anymore. 1, because the fragrances, they're endocrine disruptors, but 2, because the chemicals in them actually aren't really good for edible plants. And so I want y'all to see how little 10 gallons is in this thing.
Move up and look, please. It's not a lot of water.
It's not a lot of water. You don't realize how much water your conventional washing machine is using. And in a traditional situation, it's fine. You know, you have an endless supply of chlorinated water from your city or your county, whatever. But when you're collecting it by rain, and actually we only got rain collection about 3 months ago, we were actually having to haul it from the city. So we have to take these 5-gallon buckets and go to like Walmart and pay, you know, per gallon. Or sometimes a friend was nice and they'd let us use their hose pipe. Anyway, so 10 gallons, and usually I have a bucket. I have a utilities sink that we do this outside, so I just have a utilities sink and I just go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So the utilities sink will sit here with my rinse water ready to go. So this will wash, and when I'm ready to rinse, I wring it and I rinse, and then before I hang it,
Carlin.
before I hang it on the line,
Hey, Leah.
I'll wring it out,
Plug it in.
and then we'll set it in a basket to take on the line. So anyway, let's finish talking about laundry soap. So traditional laundry soap is really not good for you or the environment. Please don't, thank you. And so we use Castile soap, so like Bronner's Castile soap, and any scent that you like, because that's scented with essential oils, which is plant-based. Or we use soap nuts. And I wish y'all to remember to bring some, but saffron trees make these nuts that produce soap. And you can reuse them several times, and they're completely organic, and then you just throw the soaps in your soap nuts in your compost pile. Alright, so most of you, I know, where's the dirty song? Most of you may already do this, but separating your whites from your colors is one way to make your laundry stretch, right? Your laundry water stretch. And the other thing is shaking everything out, turning everything right side up and shaking it out, which is time consuming. And I'm just gonna put everything in there today. Anyway, so this is really easy. It's just like your conventional washer. If y'all want to come see what it does, it has an agitator. I set a timer for 20 minutes. I don't scrubboard anything. I don't treat things for stains because we wear 90% of our clothes is natural fabrics, meaning it is blue jean, cotton, linen. Because if something gets stained, I just cut the buttons off, throw them in my button jar, cut the zippers off, and I throw it in my compost pile. Fabrics, synthetic fabrics, like my kids' athletic clothes, like this, cannot be composted. So we try to avoid this at all costs. Things like my kids' blue jean dresses, when they get stained, ripped, or torn, I just cut the buttons off and seriously throw them in my compost pile. It takes 3 years to compost. That's how we do it, all of our stuff. So we let them sit for 3 years and we rotate them out. They also breathe better in an off-grid situation, natural fibers. So they allow your body to sweat and cool appropriately, especially when you're working in off climates like 160-degree weather. So when I tried to do the whole plunger system, one of the problems I have an autoimmune disease and I have really bad fatigue and exhaustion. When we were plunging it in the kiddie pool and the buckets, hand wringing items, our grandmothers must have had really strong hands. I'm telling you, they must have had strong hands because doing one item was fine. But when I did 75 pieces, I couldn't move my hands the next day. They were super cramped. So the wringer washer is really good for me. Because I have to figure out which way. This way. So I tighten it. Okay. Go this way. Okay. So here's the deal. I didn't grow up with a wringer washer. I actually knew nothing about it. And until I got a wringer washer, I didn't even separate my clothes. Right? Like I couldn't even bowl an egg when I was 18, right? Much less do laundry without it. So I brought this thing home, and laundry is the place I meet Jesus, right? My kids usually don't help. I'm usually by myself. It's usually quiet and cool. And so my hair is really long. And I didn't know that the wringer washer will suck anything up that comes in its path. Right? And there's a picture on my social media. My hair is called the wringer washer. And so I went on this Facebook group where I asked, I was like, oh my gosh, what's the deal? Why you guys didn't tell me that, it was going to eat me half to death? And they said, actually, all your hair, all your long sleeves, all your jewelry, even women who are very, very top heavy should have everything binded and pulled away. There are stories of ladies getting seriously injured in their lady parts.
The original mammogram, that's right.
Kosher and PC as I can. But friends, my 7-year-old caught his finger in there and we thought he broke his hand. Like it's really, really heavy. So anyway, so when I wash it for 20 minutes and it is as simple as pulling it through.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
No, you don't have to hold it.
And it pulls up when it gets
I'm
too
going to
big.
pass it around because I want you to see that it's not really dry. Like it's still wet. But I hang dry this stuff. It doesn't really matter. Because in the Texas sun, an hour later this is dry. Right? Doesn't matter.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like for real. Like it doesn't matter. Right sunshine. So I'll try to do that. I'll throw it in here. I'll let it sit. Less for soap, less is more. Less is more. The more soap you have on your clothes, the more the tracks the dirt. Even your Tide and your all. So the more soap you use in your washing machine, the more dirt it attracts. So anyway, that's about it. We have a clothesline that we got from LeMaire's because we couldn't find a traditional tea post anywhere in our region. And LeMaire's hardware store, y'all familiar with that? A little bit. LeMaire's hardware store is a place where you can find lots of off-grid stuff. You can find soap nuts. You can find ringer washers, wood cooked stoves,
Grain
so-
grinders.
Anybody want to try the ringer? No, you're good. Do it. You want to try it? Okay.
Keep your fingers out, tech wizard.
I actually got my pinky stuck in there once.
I can just lay it in there. Larger, thicker fabrics like our blue jeans, you have a really hard time passing through the ringer because they're so thick.
If you got cheap buttons, it'll break the buttons. Keep your fingers out of it. Leah.
That's all you gotta do. Can you come out the way? It's stuck. Yeah? Stuck. You know, always have somebody like one of my kids on this side catching close so it doesn't fall back. Yeah. Alright. Who here has used a ringer washer before? You've used a ringer washer. Who else? Anybody? You have. You did or your grandmother did?
No, I grew up.
You grew up. Yeah. So am I right about the extremities and your fingernails?
Oh, yeah.
My sister got her arm caught to her elbow and it did break it.
Did it break it? Yeah, that's what we heard. We heard a lot of injuries, and so we used a lot of caution. But for me to effectively do laundry for 7 people off grid, we didn't want appliances, but this was kind of the happy medium between
probably
off
can
grid
get 'em
living
anywhere.
and
People can make them. They're not hard to make.
being able to take care of my family.
You got any
effectively.
machinist friends?
Good job, Cherry Lynn.
Thank you.
I have to give credit where credit is due. Number one, well, okay, these are in no particular order, but the first one I want to mention is the bottlers here. And all of these names that I'm going to mention are people who are absolutely invaluable to making this happen. Two family came from the farthest, and I'm sleeping right now. But the following that you guys brought, that is amazing. We appreciate that. Life with a table full, please raise your hand. Integral part of planning this thing. You guys came from Texas. The Potters came from Texas. The Perrys came from Texas. That's the Four Blessings Farm, also on YouTube. Another integral part of planning. Get it. Who are we missing? Jim and I were seated. Reap what you sow. Reap what you. I don't know if they're still here.
They're back there. They're way in the back.
There you are. Hey, reap what you sow. They did an amazing job putting together the party last night, and they hosted some people doing great jobs, y'all. Abby's Kitchen. Abby did a lot of help too behind the scenes. Abby's our daughter. She has her own YouTube channel now.
Oh wow!
Kirsty from Kirsty Forages. And I hate naming people like this because I'm so afraid I'm going to miss people. Amy for her organization skills.
Keeping us all on track the last month.
Y'all been keeping me on track.
Y'all, I'm just blown away.